Night Racing League 1 series. My name is K1997. Apologies for a bit of a late start, but yeah, joined a little bit later into the qualifying session. But yeah, we have about 14 minutes left, as you can see on the clock. As we're going to have some drivers about to do get their laps out of the way, as we already got one out of the way, and that is Andy Liu doing a 129.3, and then Chronic Ballistic in the Mercedes with a 129.1. A little bit of rumors I've been hearing in the paddock is that it's going to be a wet race, from what I heard. So this should make things a little bit more interesting here at Circuit Paul Ricard. But I'll get to more on the track and the other stuff in a little bit. But first of all, let's look and see who's coming across. Right now you see Sanneth coming across. 131.1 is the time for the Ferrari, and then followed by a Williams. I think that is hot stuff. 128.7. That is the reserve that took over from McLaren last week in Spain. He was the race winner as well. This week it looks like he's taking over for in the Williams. And I think the next one is to come is who just came across? Oh, that was a Racing Point. That's Baseman. I think that's one of the championship contenders. He's in second right now, 129.0. And the Red Bull of the Maniac has done a 130.7. Next to come across looks to be a Haas of Crazy Bill, and his lap is invalidated, so he'll have to do his lap again. Let's see who's coming now. Looks like to be an Alfa Romeo. That's Joseph Morados in the Alfa Romeo. Alfa Romeo. I think that should be probably the last of like the runners at the moment. Well, actually, there's still a few more. Next across the line, 128.7 is the pole time. Looks like he's going to be in the 130s. It is a 130.2. So I'm guessing a lot of these drivers are on wet setups. From what I'm probably reading from what I'm seeing from the times. So it makes a lot of sense to why the times are looking a little bit more slow. What it'll be, I'm guessing it'll be very heavy rain from what I was seeing, from what I've been hearing. So here comes Dylan in the AlphaTauri next to across the line, and he will put his AlphaTauri up into 5th place. So a 129.9 is what he'll set for AlphaTauri. Next across the line looks like to be the Mercedes of Scorpa. Oh, he's doing starting his flying lap. And who just came across? That was a McLaren, I think, yeah? Yeah, I think that was FaZe Bailey. Yeah, just getting his lap underway. Alright, I guess it's a little bit more quieter, so I guess I can give you a little bit of a sightseeing tour of the track. We'll just follow on with sweet MJP. So of course this circuit is a 3.6 mile circuit with 15 turns, 6 left, 9 right. As you saw, you just went to the first couple of corners. And now you go into turn 3. Want to flip the car into the curb as much as possible into turn 3 and 4. Want to keep the car tight as much as possible. And now into the a little bit of a flat turn 6. Interesting, he goes into 6 here. I usually go into 4th and 5th. Into now one of the 2 DRS zones in the back straight. And then you go into the chicane of turns 7 and 8. Oh no, 8 and 9, excuse me. At least the good thing is they have the turn numbers. Now these are only 2 names I know in this track that have corner names. This is one of them. C corner at turn 10, which is a flat out right-hander. Then you go into Le Bossier, which is a little bit of a tight bend, which has a little bit of a down elevation. Then go into probably the toughest part of the track, the 3rd sector, turns 12, and then 13 is just more of a flat right-hander, and then you go into turn 14, the tight left-hander, and then followed by a really tight right-hander of turn 15, where you get into the front straight, and the DRS out, of course, flat out, and then go across the line. Does a 129.1. Now, if I remember correctly, he was also in the McLaren as well last week, but he did not have a very good race, but he's looking to make that up as well. Sweet MJP in that McLaren. Let's see who is next to come. I think that's to be a Haas. Never mind, I take that back. He's going to the bits. Looks like Pot Stuff is about to do his flying lap in the Williams. I guess while we ride along with him, I guess I can give you a little bit, at the moment, a little bit of a brief of the standings at the moment. Let me see if I can get them up. There we go. So currently at the moment, in the lead is the Racing Point of Baseman, currently leading by 19 points with 69 points over Dylan and the AlphaTauri. Third place is, Young Tommy in the Renault. Third is Dylan in the AlphaTauri, who has 41 points. Fourth is Menace Max in the Racing Point, down by 35. And then Humanis in the Red Bull is in fifth at the moment. And then Potstuff. Actually, Potstuff is now a full-time driver. So he's actually got a full-time seat now with Williams after his win last week with McLaren. Is in sixth. Scorpa is in seventh. Captain Infinity in eighth. That's Potstuff's teammate. The McLaren FaZe Bailey's in ninth. And then rounding off the top 10 is COBH Gunnar. And I'll give you the constructors in a moment, but right now we're seeing Potstuff about to cross the line and see what if he can improve that 128.7, and that answer is no. I think he might have backed out a bit on his lap as well. Anyway, also in the constructors side of things, let me go and pull that up as well. The constructor side of things, you got Racing Point in first with 105 points. Renault down by 52 in second place. AlphaTauri in third with down by 64, and then Mercedes tied with AlphaTauri for third. And then McLaren in fifth place. Round off your top five. Then it's Red Bull in sixth, Williams in seventh, Alfa Romeo in eighth, Ferrari in ninth, and then Haas round off the top 10 in the constructors. And there's a little bit of an okay, why I can't do that? That's a bit of a glitch. Because I go to the camera and then I go to the side camera and then it goes to an Alfa Romeo, but I was trying to see who that was in the Red Bull that was making contact. Oh, that explains who it was. It was Hugh Janis. He was doing that stuff earlier last week. Got into a bit of an altercation with some drivers during qualifying. I don't know exactly what he's doing, and he's going very, very slowly. Well, I'll have to keep an eye on him later. But in the meantime, here comes young Tommy in the Renault into the final few corners now, as he is doing his run on the soft compound tire. Of course, a lot of them are going to be doing the softs because it is going to be a wet race. I almost messed that up. As he can come across the line, DRS open. Can he beat a 128.7? The answer is, oh, it's close. 128.995. So about nearly less than 2.5 tenths down from Potstuff, but that's still a good time by the Renault driver. And here's who Janis is. Seems to have given the Mercedes a little bit of a tow. um, what is he doing? And Basement just got pole position now with a 128.4. I don't know if I should be seeing this. I have no idea what he's doing. He's just exploring so many parts of the circuit. Very interesting what he's doing here. As he's going through the bit of the runoff area at the chicane. What is he doing? I mean, I don't really know how to explain this. This is a bit of erratic driving that I'm witnessing here. I apologize if you're seeing this too. You really shouldn't be seeing that. As Captain Fitted just came across the line with a 129.9 to put himself up into 11th. I have no clue what he's doing. I mean, I know he's quick, this guy, Hugh Janis, but the driving is just so questionable. Sorry to say that about drivers, like, be so opinionated about it, but like, that's just erratic behavior. I'm sorry, but that kind of is. Alright, well, anyways, as Mac's about to start his flyer in the racing point. As, yeah, you can see on your timing screens, a lot of them have done this off the compound tires, except for Scarpa, who's done his time on the medium compound tire. So, that's the only thing to note right now. As, oh, looks like FaZe Bailey had a bit of a moment, as he must have messed up his qualifying lap. As, yeah, you can see he's got front wing damage as well, so he'll have to go back to the pits. Not a very fortunate thing to happen to the McLaren. And Hugh Janis has retired, so that means he's going to start from the back of the grid. Cryptic Alibi also, I just realized, is going to do the same thing. I'm guessing he's reserved for the championship, of course. FaZe Bailey's retired. As, of course, there's no more time left on the clock. We got about 1.5 minutes left until qualifying is over. So everyone's got to do their laps. And ALR Vintage is also retired, so looks like we've got, how many have we got out? Looks like about 7 cars out. Maniac's also retired. Yeah, a lot of them about to retire from their lap. So, anyways, looks like Joseph Morados is about to get started on his lap. Oh no, never mind. He actually did his lap. 129.7 as he improved. Or did he? I just saw the time screen pop up. Well, anyways, he invalidated his lap. We'll follow on with Menace Max as, oh, okay, never mind. He looks like won't be able to do a proper flying lap. Okay, then we'll just follow along with, Sweet MJP, as I think he's one of the last few to get his lap going. And it looks like the Ferrari of no, that's not Guna, that's Saneth that's about to start his lap, and then the Renault of, I think that's Andy Liu. That's Andy Liu. That's doing his lap. Alright, so the pole position time he has to beat is a 128.4, I should say. Set by Baseman. And let's see, who is that coming towards the line? Is that Joseph? Yeah. Trying to see who else I can find. See a Red Bull wandering about, but think that Red Bull is retired, or is that Dylan? No, that's Dylan. I take that back. That's the AlphaTauri. Got that mixed up. And he's going to the pit, so he's aboard his lap, unfortunately. So that's his qualifying over, but Pot Stuff looks like he's about to cross. So can he beat a 128.4 to get onto pole position? And it looks like it'll be, yes he can, a 128.2. So he puts himself back up into provisional pole for the time being. But can Sweet MJP do, nope, his lap is done. That's his qualifying over. So what about Saneth? Can he say something about it in the Ferrari? Because he comes across the line now and does a 130.0. So no, he cannot get up to the top of the table. And it looks like Andy Liu goes to 8th with a 129.3. Next across the line looks like to be, oh, that is Mercedes, but he's done. So that is qualifying over. Pot Stuff is on pole position once again, but this time for Williams taking pole position with Baseman and Yun Tommy completing your top 3. Good lap though by the League One drivers though. That's pretty impressive overall. So this competition is going to get much closer as we go along in the season as well, which is like what I like. So there are three drivers that didn't do a time. ALR Vintage, no, I'm sorry, Cryptic Alibi, Hugh Janis, and COBH Gunner did not set their qualifying times. But yeah, this wet weather is going to be very interesting to see how this plays out. But I have a slight suspicion though that the top 3 did not use a wet setup though. But I mean, hey, only time will tell. See how that goes. And now the clock expires. Oh no. Okay, well that's not good. Now there's a glitch. Fantastic, Codemasters. Yeah, because the clock is stuck on 1 second, so it can't tick over, apparently. I was saying that Andy Liu needs to retire. Oh, he does. That's why. Yeah, he's on an outlap. But he's not controlling the car, is he? I don't think he is. That doesn't look like it to me. Yeah, he needs to... Well, if he's not in control, he can't do anything about it. But if he is in control, then he has to retire his car immediately. Yeah, because I don't think he's in control of that car, because... I mean, yeah, he's out of fuel, but I don't think he'd be... Yeah, that doesn't look like his control to me. There we go. Oh, he's left the session. Oh, shit, that's a shame. I mean, there's nothing I can do about that. I don't think I have him on my friends list. But hopefully he comes back. Anyway, there's your qualifying. Pot Stuff on pole position. Baseman in second. Yun Tommy in third. Sweet MJ in fourth. Chronic Ballistic in fifth. Menace Max in sixth. Crazy Bill in seventh. Andy Liu in eighth. FaZe Bailey in ninth. Dylan in 10th. Joseph Morados in 11th. Captain Infinity in 12th. Staneth in 13th. Beard David 14th. The Maniac in 15th. Scarpa in 16th. Vintage in 17th. Cryptic Alibi. Huge Ass and Gunner. We'll start from the back as they did not set their qualifying times. Let me know too in the comment section any predictions you have for the race today as well. Who will be your top 3 for the podium is? Yeah, wow, look at that. Yep, it is pouring outside the commentary box, outside the window of my commentary box with this heavy, heavy rain, as you can see on the screen. Now, I don't know what the progression is. I don't know if it's going to be like the entire race or if there's going to be a transition from wets to inters. But it should be very interesting indeed. And it's also been a long time since I actually commentated a wet race as well. So that's also should be pretty interesting to see as well. Young Tommy is saying Cryptic goes first place. So he thinks he could try to go from 18th to 1st. We'll see if that goes. But anyways, there is your pit strategy. Of course, well, there isn't really too much of it. It's just driving on the wet, unless we go into a transition to inters, and that's going to be a whole different story. But anyway, I'll run you through the grid one more time as we are getting ready for the for the race to begin. It's also very hard to see where the layout of the track is. I'm not gonna lie, with this very wet conditions. Yeah, like you can't really see too much of the layout, which is very interesting. Anyway, Hot Stuff on pole position for the second time this week. Baseman will be in 2nd, Young Tommy in 3rd, Swing MJ in 4th, Chronic Realistic in 5th, Menace Max in 6th, Crazy Bill will be in 7th, Andy Lou in 8th, Faith Bailey in 9th, Dylan completes your top 10. Joseph Verado's in 11th, Kevin Fitty in 12th, Saneth in 13th, Peter David in 14th, Maniac in 15th, Scorpa in 16th, Vintage in 17th, Cryptic Alibi in 18th, Hugh Janis in 19th, and Gouda rounds off your rest of the grid. But yeah, we got about 27 laps, and if this is going to be what it's going to be, then this is going to be some very interesting racing indeed, from my best understanding for sure. I mean, so far, if I'm not mistaken, we've had, 3 different race winners so far, so we could probably see 4 if possible. But only time will tell. I mean, I know Baseman's got 1, Potstuff's got 1, and I remember Sam Swift, I think, has 2 race wins, who was the reserve that came in before, so we'll see how that goes. But in the meantime, get the grid lined up, get the cars lined up on their grids, and we wait for the 5 red lights to come on here in Le Castelliat and Circuit Paul Ricard. And also good luck to everyone out there as well with these conditions. And so anyway, we got the green flag. Gonna get the green flag ready to go. There we go. Here we go. 5 red lights ahead of the drivers, and it is lights out, and away we go here in Paul Ricard. And it looks like Potstuff has got a good start off the line. It looks like everyone's sort of crawling off the grid, but looks like into turn 1, Potstuff has got a clearance into turn 1. And looks like Baseman has gotten clear as well with Young Tommy in 3rd. The McLarens are right now 4th and 5th. Sweet MJ might have had a little bit of a shaky start though, as he's got Crazy Bill all over the back of him. Great. And he got all the timing glitches and stuff. And there's cars off the road, and there's a spin from Saneth. Hugh Janis has a penalty, and Scorpa has a penalty as well. There was 2 cars I saw off the road at one point. Peter Dave, a 5-second penalty for a severe collision with ALR Vintage. Hugh Janis is in third, apparently, from the, what was it, 18th? He's up into third place. But how did he do that? I think he might have caused some incidents that I don't know. I saw, but oh, there goes Hugh. Out of seat corner, and he's going into the wall, and he is into the wall immediately. And he's got damage as well, so that's going to be going into the pits. Eddie Lou has a penalty. There's penalties going out all over the place. We've got 4 already on the first lap. So anyway, Potstuff leads the way from Baseman, and then Young Tommy, and then Bailey. And then Sweet Empty, and now Hugh Janis has a 10-second penalty for quarter cutting. And now a 5-second penalty for quarter cutting. What is going on here on this first lap? I am... Okay, and he's retired from the pits. Where has he retired? Is that going to bring out... I thought so. It's cost a safety car. He's retired on track. Nice. Alright, so that brings the whole pack back up. Nice. But Sandeth has to go to the pits, of course, as he suffered some damage in the process of that lap 1 carnage. What on earth was that start, though? I think the majority of it was by Hugh Janis, if I'm not mistaken. I guess it was... Call me completely biased, but I probably think that he's more like Pastor Maldonado, in a way. The start reminded me how he started in 2012 in Belgium, although he didn't jump the start. He just somehow went from 18th to 3rd in 8 corners, and now he's retired from the race. Alright, thanks, Renbo. I figured that. I normally just don't like to say anything too bad about drivers, but when they drive that spastically, I can't help myself saying stuff like that. But yeah, that was very, very Maldonado-like, what I was witnessing. Alright, well, anyway, safety car is out on the very, well, second lap, I should say. Where is it parked? It's parked up. Oh, Scorpa and looks like Alibi have gotten to an incident as well. Okay, well, they got penalties for severe collisions. And who's in the pits? That's Gunnar. So, not a great start for Ferrari, as Sandeth and Gunnar have had to go to their pits to get their front wing changed. I mean, I kind of expected the safety car to come out, but I mean, I don't think I expected it to be coming out this early, just because of how wide open France is. And there goes Hugh Janis out of the session. But yeah, I honestly have no idea how to explain this. Well, at least explain what I just saw from the start. That was just shocking. But that might have to be that will have to obviously be a steward inquiry. DT Bevs is saying just put on the slicks. Andy Lou Cryptic Alibi collision, and then someone just got a ignoring yellow flag penalty. I don't know who that was, because the graphic went too quick for me to see who it was. Well, it's going to take a while for the safety car to come back in. We're probably going by lap 5, I assume. But very interesting start indeed here in France, for sure. And let's look at the penalty count, actually, while we're looking. So Sweet MJ has 5 penalties, Crazy Bill 5 penalties, seconds of penalties. Menace Max also 5 seconds. Scorp has 10. Alibi has 10 as well. Andy Lou has 3, and then Beard Day has 5. And I think 2 of those were from collision penalties, if I'm not mistaken. So that's basically the whole situation. But wow, that is very interesting indeed. Does anyone know? Does anyone know crazy ceased? I'm guessing there was an incident between those two. Andy Lou's gone into the pits. Same with Scorpa. Getting. Okay, I'm guessing what they're doing is serving their penalties, because remember they got two 10-second, a 10-second penalty. So I'm guessing all those were 5-second penalties. So technically and realistically, they have 10-second stop-go penalties. But in this game, you can't serve it combined. You have to serve it one at a time, which is very stupid in my opinion. But that's how the game works, unfortunately. Alright. Right. So, I think the pack should be getting bunched up again, and we'll get back into free flag racing. Again, probably by the time we get to the 3rd sector was when we'll see the safety car lights go out. Right, so let's look at also the winners and losers out of this whole thing as well. So FaZe Bailey's gained about 5 positions after starting from 9th, so he's at a good start. But Cryptic Alibi, who's starting from the back of the grid, starting from 18th is up into 11th, so he's doing pretty good. And there you go, safety car is now in this lap. But the biggest loser I'd probably say was Andy Lou, because he lost 11 positions after starting 8th place, I should say, and of course had to deal with a lot of skirmish in the process. But there you go. Anyway, safety car coming in, so they'll bunch the pack up just a little bit for Pot Stuff to hopefully get a good restart out of this whole thing, and of course let the safety car go in. It is a bit of a long way for the safety car to get in, as the pit lane entry is over by turn 4. It used to be, if you remember, at the entry of the front straight, but due to safety reasons they put it at that corner. But there you go. Safety car is in the pit lane, and we look like we'll be back under green. Just remember, you cannot pass under the control line. You have to wait until you cross the start-finish lines. Then you can start properly race again. It looks like the top 4 had a really good jump off the restart, and looks like we are going back under green. What a great start though by the top 4, but Chronic Ballistic had a horrid restart, as he's lost about 3.4 seconds from the top 4. So it's right now Pot Stuff, Baseman, Young Tommy, and FaZe Bailey right now as just the front runners at the moment. And then you just got pretty much the rest of the group with Chronic Ballistic, Crazy Bills, Menace Max, Joseph Morados, as it looks like Gooner's made a move on Bearded Day for 14th place. And a little bit of a skirmish between Andy Lou and the Scorpa, as Scorpa gets ahead of him into 16th. See, here comes FaZe, been right on board with him going towards turn 8. Just a little bit too far back to even make a move at the moment, as FaZe Bailey gets a 3-second time penalty there for multiple warnings. And so did Chronic Ballistic, also 3-second time penalty too. And, oh, another safety car's come out. What happened this time? I'm trying to see. Wow, another safety car has come out. So that's 2 safety cars already. We've only had 1 lap of green flag racing after 5 laps. What caused this one? I'm trying to see, because I don't see any damage from anybody. Well, at least I don't think I see damage from anyone. That is very, very interesting. Yeah, because I cannot see any damage from anyone. If there was damage, maybe I would understand, but this is a very interesting safety car to come out. Maybe because of... Sweet MJ had an incident? I saw there were a little bit of incidents with maybe, well, not an incident, but I saw like a McLaren and a Renault at the front straight at one point. I was wondering if that maybe caused a safety car. I have no idea. But anyways, here comes Beard, David Scorpa into the pits, of course serving their penalties, getting them out of the way. Smart decision to do that, obviously. And there you go. Another safety car has come out. Well, so we had the little skirmishes on lap 1, and now we have had only one proper lap of racing. Will we get any proper racing is the question. I'm just trying to figure out what caused this one. I mean, the first one was caused because of Hugh Janis retiring on track. Or at least I think that's what happened. I didn't get a good look. I know when you retire on track, it does bring out a safety car to come out. But this was just out of nowhere. I don't know how to explain that one. Alright. So, let's look at your order then. Again. So, Potstuff is leading the race. Baseman is in second. Young Tommy is in third. Bailey is in fourth. Chronic Ballistic is still in fifth, but I think he has the... Oh, he has a 3-second penalty. I thought he was one of the 5 seconds. Crazy Bill in 6th. Smith Max in 7th. Joseph Ross in 8th. Dylan in 9th. And then Captain Infinity goes in your top 10. Oh, looks like someone going in the pits. And it's Face Bailey. Alright, so he's going to make oh, he's making a front wing change. That's interesting. But did he have some damage? Like, maybe he must have had, like, yellow-ish sort of color on his front wing. Because I know that's, like, me, you have minor damage. Crit the Alibi went in as well. Alright, so that changes the order a little bit. So pretty much gains everyone a position, apart from the bottom, but... Okay. So now the top 5 is Potstuff, Baseman, Young Tommy, Chronicalistic, and Crazy Bill. Alrighty then. So... interesting indeed. Oh yeah, let me check the race record. Yeah. Sorry about that. Alright, let me look at the incidents. Okay, so Hugh Janis actually had terminal damage, so he crashed himself. Okay, there you go. There's the severe collision penalties. Oh, Sweet MJ had a... Oh, that was Sweet MJ that had a yellow flag penalty. Okay, yeah, ignoring yellow flags. Track limits. Okay, so that explains what was happening. Alright. So majority of them were just severe collisions. One of them was a yellow flag. Ignore yellow flags. Anyways, I think the safety car's coming in from the way it looks. Oh, and it looks like we have another one. Ballistic has another 5-second penalty for severe collision with someone. I couldn't tell, but anyway, looks like we're going back into green flag racing once again. As a bunch get all penalty heaven, as Becca says, yeah, pretty much right